Hey guys, so I'm back with another process video for Project Life, and I already completed this page and I don't like it at all, but I didn't like the photos, so I kind of just wasn't excited about the layout, but it was New Year's, so I felt like I had to scrapbook it. I'm not sure if anyone else feels that way sometimes when they're scrapbooking, but this time around I'm going to be doing a formal that I went to last year, and I'm going to use the Hello Love crepe paper, which I think this might be my favorite book of papers that I've ever bought in my life, and I found it on sale at Michael's, so that makes me so incredibly excited. Um, but I mostly have black and white, so I wasn't really sure a bunch of the different ones that I wanted to use. I knew I really liked the floral, I liked the hearts. So I just flipped through and I chose some of the papers that I wanted to use. So at the time of this, these are the papers that I thought I wanted to use just because they were black and pink and white. So definitely something that matched the dress that I wore, but also has a little bit of pink as well. So it's not just boring black and white. So I started to take out some of the backs of these cards because I wanted to make sure that I was cutting the proper lengths. So once I kind of got those all settled, I decided I wanted to keep the top one. I know that the wood-ish colors don't exactly match, but I thought, hey, I hate to use up a piece of paper when I don't have to, and I think it looks cute and good, and there's a way to tie it together, which is kind of crazy of me because I have so much scrapbooking stuff. I really don't need to be like saving any papers, but you know what? I just felt like it, so I knew I wanted to grab some of these hearts and fussy cut some out so I could replace the little heart that is in that Project Life card and put the heart inside of it. And I want to say that card is from the Cottage Living or something like that, Cabin Living Project Life core kit. So I went ahead, like I said, fussy cutted that, and I knew I was going to eventually tape it onto there. I looked at some of the stickers but realized that none of them would fit. I decided to use some of my alpha letters, which I really, really love. And this photo is kind of a before and after my makeup. I thought it was pretty fun to do. The lighting in the hotel was pretty good, so I figured I might as well try. And I wanted to put in these little tiny alphas that I got in my Citrus Twist kit from January. I put before in white and black, and then after in the black color. And then I kind of wanted to add something to the middle of this and the opposite side of where I put before and after, just so all of the decor wasn't all the way to the left-hand side, and I added a little bit of the pink element to it. So I fussy cutted this and then taped it to the side of the photo. And then I went ahead and cut the other heart. Well, I already cut it, but I put it in the middle of the Project Life card, and then I went ahead and put the picture where I thought I kind of wanted it, played around a little bit, and I was looking at some of these different embellishments. I don't know what you call them. Just pieces of paper that you can add. They're from Amy Tangerine. I'm not exactly sure which collection. I didn't really end up using much of this, but later on I will put on some of the lettering. I wanted to go back to this card because I do like to put the dates on all of my pages just to kind of remember. And I got this date stamper at the Target dollar spot a little while ago, and I've just been consistently using this stamp all throughout my Project Life pages that I've been doing in 2015. So more fussy cutting for me. I wanted to cut out more of these flowers and add them to some of the pictures just to incorporate some of that floral design that I did have. And I will say, typically if you saw my last project life, I like to ideally print out my photos littler so I can use the card and kind of have a back for all of the photos. But in this case, I already ordered a bunch of them. They were already printed, and I can't really afford to print out the little ones all by myself, and I just printed out so many of them. I didn't even get a chance to really design them to kind of make them smaller, which is how I found is my favorite way to decorate. But if you are like me and just order your prints online sometimes and can't really bother with figuring out how to put some of them smaller, not every layout I can do that. So in this case, a lot of the photos were actual size. So it is what it is, and I tried to embellish the photos as good as I could. So in this case, I am putting a flower down. And then I found some of these lettering. I knew between this page and the next page that I had, uh, overall this layout is going to be 3 pages because I just have so many photos, and like I said, I didn't print them out very tiny, so they all kind of needed their own space, and I did cut down a lot of photos, which kind of stinks when you're scrapbooking this because you want to add as many photos. I am very photo heavy versus like embellishment heavy. I do love when people do embellishments, but I'm just one of those crazy photo takers. But I wanted to put some of these thickers down and put teak RCB because this is their formal for, it's called Red Carnation Ball. And since it's kind of like 3 letters each, I wanted to put teak on this page and RCB on the next one. And later I will add something to this teak project life card because I realized that I had not really done a great job at centering it, but that's okay because I am fussy cutting outside of the frame and putting down a little heart. So then I wanted to work with this picture down here, which is one of my favorite poses of me and my boyfriend just putting a squad pose, which is what the youngins call it. And I found this lettering from the Amy Tangerine thing I was flipping through earlier, and it says happy. And I went ahead and taped some of that down, and I'm going to put that at the bottom of the photo to add a little bit of jazz. I knew I wanted to add some journaling to the bottom of this card, so I looked through some of these. I think it's called Remark from American Crafts, and there's a bunch of different ones, but I have heavily enjoyed this package, so I was searching for the perfect one. I did end up finding it, and I put it down, and then I realized, okay, this is actually really boring. I feel like I can add a little bit more to this, so fussy cutting it was. More flowers for the layout. Originally, I thought one would do, but then when I had put it on the other side, I was like, wait, this is really unbalanced. So, of course, I went ahead and I made another one for the other side. So once I completed that, I went ahead and taped the other one to the side, and this actually ended up being very cute, and I was very pleased with this. I didn't have any of the embellishments that matched with the crepe paper, but I think I did a pretty good job at kind of incorporating all of it and making it still feel like I put a little bit more thought into it. I did a little bit of my journaling. Unfortunately, the box is really small, so I couldn't add a lot, but there's not really much to say about a formal. And another side note too, let me know if you guys like me speaking over the video or if you kind of like longer ones. I can do either one, but in this case my boyfriend was playing video games on the other side, so I really did not want to hear that in my video, to be honest. But personally, I love when people do their process videos and they're just scrapbooking, it just feels relaxing and not this whole production. Not that this is any type of production, but I'm just curious for those who watch process videos, what is your favorite? Um, so this was pretty much it. I thought maybe I might add a little bit to this photo up on the right hand corner because everything else kind of has a little bit of pizzazz but that one. And I looked at some of the things that I had, broke out the handy dandy remark pad, and I added this little tab thing, and I didn't really know what to write in that little section, so I just put the word love and kept that on the photo, and that pretty much wraps it up for the whole page. I'm pretty pleased how it turned out. I didn't really have like a whole lot besides the fun paper to work with, and I definitely like it a lot better than the page before it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. And also let me know if you want to see the sister to this, which is going to be this one. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Bye!